are tuning into a special final edition of News 20 at 5. I'm Damon Arnold.
And I'm Ashley Flete. Bienvenidos. It's our final newscast for the semester, so thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show thus far. And now for your local headlines. The Leon County Sheriff's Office is continuing its investigation into a body that was discovered on Wednesday, according to reports. LCSO officials received tips that led them to a wooded area behind 5604 Westview Lane, where the body was located. At this time, no positive identifications have been made. However, a LCSO representative released this statement. Due to the nature of the deceased, it is going to take some time before we are able to get a positive identification.
Dozen students, Florida A&M students, have returned back to their dorms after spending nearly a week in hotels due to a hot water outage in Phase 3 Residential Hall. After housing officials received reports of the outage, they relocated the students to a nearby hotel to ensure their health and safety. Officials say a busted pipe is the reason for the hot water outage that caused students to have to relocate to nearby hotels for majority of the week. FAMU Housing says they understand the students' frustrations and they're working to improve the water system.
It's a complicated issue, and so we made the best decisions that we could at the time, trying to make sure that they had someplace else to go versus saying you just have to live there without hot water for the anticipated week.
Resolutions are not only happening on campuses, but also citywide. The debate over the affordable housing project continues in Frenchtown. Multimedia journalist Stanley Dansley has the latest on the town hall meeting.
And so this Frenchtown fight is about who...
Community leaders, residents, and several media members gathered Monday night in the last meeting before the city will vote on the affordable housing project next week. Frenchtown residents have begun to feel the effects of gentrification, and the frustrations have become clear. FAMU professor Bill Proctor spoke on the sore subject as he witnessed gentrification firsthand here in the capital city.
Neighborhood is typically when white people move out and black people move in. That occurred in Appalachian Ridge some years ago over by Rickards High School. That used to be a white neighborhood. And now in Frenchtown, which is typically a black neighborhood, now white people move in there.
Frenchtown city leader and Reverend R.B. Holmes took the opportunity to discuss the underlying issues with the community.
We got to make sure we make some black millionaires. Now that's what you got to talk about. Yeah, let's clean the streets. Let's do that. Let's make sure the yards are clean. But you got to make sure that
as the vote to move forward with the project looms, there were a couple people in the room who felt the change may be a welcome addition to the ailing community. City Commissioner Curtis Richardson spoke against what he felt was misleading information later in the meeting.
Is that every property owner within 500 feet of a development, 500 feet, be notified of that proposed development, and that was done.
As the Frenchtown debate heats up, leaders will vote next week on whether or not to move forward with the affordable housing project. This is Stanley Danzy, News 20 at 5.
City officials are expected to vote on the proposal next week.
As the semester comes to a close, students will get the opportunity to relieve some stress while preparing for final exams. Giselle, tell us exactly what is going on at this event.
Yes, Damon, Florida A&M's Campus Activities Board is hosting Cram Jam this Sunday from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. This is going to be an interesting event featuring laser tag for students to have a little bit of fun right before they take their exams. Now behind me is Coleman Library, which will be open for 24 hours, allowing students to prepare for their exams starting next week, Tuesday. Giselle Thomas, live on Florida A&M University's campus. Back to you, Damon and Ashley.
Thank you, Giselle. Coming up on News 20 at 5, a Tennessee student who was abducted by her teacher has been found. Find out where they were discovered.
And 10 months after the fatal shooting at Post nightclub, the gunman whose widow is headed to trial. We'll have that plus more after the break. Welcome back. The search is finally over. After weeks of being missing, a 15-year-old Tennessee girl has been found. 50-year-old Tad Cummins and Elizabeth Thomas were found in the northern area of California. According to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, officials say that Cummins is now arrested and Thomas is safe. Authorities found a vehicle which belongs to Cummins in Siskiyou County. The two have been missing since March 13th. And we all remember the horrific attack that occurred at Pulse nightclub in Orlando last year, June. The trial that was set for the widow of the Orlando nightclub shooter has been moved. Stanley's live in the studio to tell us an update about this case. Stanley?
That's right, Ashley. The trial that was set for nightclub shooter Omar Mateen's wife, Noor Salman, was moved to March 2018. Previously, Salman pleaded not guilty of aiding her husband's material support to terror group ISIS and misleading authorities investigating the massacre. Mateen killed over 40 people and wounded more than 50 others before being gunned down by police. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Stanley Danzy. Now, back to you at the desk.
And now we're going to toss it to Sean Sanders with your entertainment one last time. Sean?
It is he, it is I, it is your guy, Sean Sanders, for the last time, giving you the latest in entertainment news. Today we remember Prince and the one-year anniversary since his passing. 1 year ago, the musical icon Prince was lost to the world unexpectedly. Prince, whom we all have come to know and love, has a career that has expanded more than 30 years. Within the past year, Prince has been honored through tributes at award shows and concerts, as well as dedications on radio and TV. While we're here, kudos to John Legend and Viola Davis for covering Time Magazine's top 100 most influential people. Speaking of magazines, People's Mag has released their picks for the most beautiful women issue. This will come at no surprise, but Julia Roberts, for a record 5 times, was named the top most beautiful woman in the world. Roberts was just 23 when she received her first win. The issue is on newsstands today. That'll do it for your entertainment news. As always, it's been real and it's been fun, so you might as well say it's been real fun. We'll be back with your weather after the break.
News 20 at 5. This is Shatanya Clark with your weather forecast. Now, if you take a close look, you realize I'm standing on the beautiful campus of Florida A&M University, here to tell you what to expect for the next 3 days. Today's a sunny day with a high of 87 degrees and winds blowing south-southeast at 7 miles per hour. The humidity is at 48% and there's absolutely no chance of rain. But going into the night, we should have some clear skies and a 10% chance of rain. The wind should blow 7 miles per hour west, and the sun should set at 8:08 p.m. Again, I say today we have a high of 87 degrees and a low of 59. And moving on to tomorrow, Saturday, we should have partly cloudy skies with a high again of 87 degrees and a low of 60 degrees. And moving on to Sunday, we should have a high of 83 degrees and a low of 53. But you just want to keep in mind that on Sunday, we should have some evening thunderstorms and some showers going into the night. But that's going to do it for your weather today. For the last time, I'm Shatanya Clark.
Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Shay Simon with your sports. FAMU baseball is still trying to find its groove deep into the season. The Rattlers will be kicking off a triple header away, taking on Savannah State in Georgia. The games begin this Saturday and will last all the way until Sunday. The Rattlers are still trying to put themselves in the best position to be eligible for conference play. And across the tracks, FSU baseball is still riding high off of a 3-game winning streak. The Noles earned their 12th straight win against Stetson University this week. The baseball team will travel to the University of Miami today for another triple header in Coral Gables tonight at 7 p.m. The Noles still have time to make their way up from the middle of the ACC brackets. And in other news, the death of Isaiah Thomas's younger sister is still taking many by surprise. The 25-year-old Boston Celtics point guard went through an emotional first 2 games back. 22-year-old China Thomas was killed in a single-car accident Saturday morning in Tacoma, Washington. According to authorities, her car drifted across the highway and into a barrier. Thomas has garnered much support from his fans and the NBA community. The Celtics will face off against Chicago Bulls tonight. And that's going to do it for your sports. Signing off for the last time this semester, I'm Shay Simon. We're going right back to the break.
The FAMU Strike app. This app is the official game day program for FAMU athletics. This app is also your source for stories, photos, videos, and everything related to Rattler sports teams right on your mobile device. Download it for free now. The FAMU Strike app.
Welcome back. This week in Live Oak, Florida will be painted teal in honor of those with cervical cancer. The Big Bend chapter of National Cervical Cancer Coalition is hosting a Titus Tiaras and Teal Walk. The walk will take place this Saturday, April 22nd at 6 p.m. at the Suwannee County High School in Live Oak. This is a free event and it's open to the public. Well, that's going to do it for us today. For Sean and Shay, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Damon Arnold. It's been a pleasure. I will see you next time.
Last show.
Shatanya.
Oh, Shatanya! Oh my God! We love you all. It was just...
I'm surrounded by talented women, lucky guys. We have a couple of Oscar winners here, a couple of Emmys. You feel me? Speak it into existence.
FAMU Strike app. This app is the official game day program for FAMU athletics. This app is also your source for stories, photos, videos, and everything related to Rattler sports teams right on your mobile device. Download it for free now. The FAMU Strike app.